Good evening. Thoughts from a cabin. Time is 10:46 p.m. Thursday, the 4th of July, 2019. The temperature outside my place at the moment is 12 degrees centigrade. Good evening, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. I just got a few things I wanted to share with you. I've been watching a bit of these flat Earth people. Some of their ideas are absolutely fantastic. Some of them are crazy. My biggest bane is that they seem to attach insignificance to the ability of the artist. They're saying often that, oh yeah, it's all photographs and camera obscura. Now, I'm a muralist. I paint big pictures. And do you know how I paint big pictures? I get a photograph, right? I reprint the photograph. Okay? I grid it up. That means that I just divide it into manageable portions. And then I project it onto the wall. Not literally project sometimes I just measure it onto the wall. A little bit of basic math, bit of adding, bit of subtracting, bit of a little bit of working out some basic ideas, like with my sketch, like 1 inch represents 1 meter, for example. I then take it block by block, drawing the outline block by block. Therefore, I get a photographic representation of what I'm looking at. And then I adjust it, change it, do some stuff to it. This is the secrets from the vault, literally. And I get a little bit upset. I mean, I love the free-thinking ideologies of the flat earthers and the mud flood and a reset and stuff like that. I mean, I'm into that. I could quite understand that. But the thing is that what annoys me is that they take away the ability and the skill of the artist. Now, as an artist, I can reproduce anything in any space, just using sketches, photographs, grids, and blowing the grids up. So do not underestimate the ability of an artist, okay? Artists can render reality. Artists can render. All we have to do is, once you've got that block from that image, is you personally zoom in, see what information you're given, paint it, draw it, just reproduce that little block. And then once you've done that a few times, a little block becomes a big block, becomes a large image, becomes a... Look, listen, you want to actually see something that I can actually say, go and have a look. About a year ago, I did a bunch of work for an Indian family who own restaurants in Masterton in the Wairarapa, which is where I am. And I worked to do some mural work in their restaurant. I was paid to reproduce the Taj Mahal and Kali, the goddess of destruction and the goddess of... Kali's a little bit, she's a little bit two-sided, two-faced. She's sort of like, she represents gold and riches. She also represents conflict. She's a little bit of a monster, but she has her moments. And I also reproduced some hieroglyphic items that represent the elephant god, which is big for the people that I was working for, and I did that over the bar. And I also worked on pillars that they have, concrete pillars, and I painted those just to make it a little bit more a little bit more Indian, to be quite frank. I worked also on a map. This is the to scale map of all the areas of India that produce spices, what spices they produce, and when they produce them. And this was all stuff that I got through research. This is all stuff that I was able to put together and to produce something viable. And to be quite frank, damn good job. So, listen guys, I'm not promoting myself, I'm just promoting the artist per se. Do not underestimate the ability of the artist. An artist can produce and can paint and can work within parameters that are given, and also an artist is allowed to go outside of those parameters and to be a little bit outside the box. That's what I do. I am outside the box. That's what I do. I create things that are outside the box. I work against the confirmed scientific reality. I just think, oh yeah, got an idea, got some work, gonna do this. And I do it. That's what artists are about. Artisans. Artisans are people who interpret something from a given idea. So someone comes to me, says, Chris, love your work, want you to do a couple of murals. I'm like, cool, what do you want to do? Do you want a scale mural, or do you just want a complete mind exploration mural? Where are we going? What do you want? And you see, I can produce archaeological facts. Yeah? Okay? So I can, because of what I've been given, I can actually transfer something from this size to something this size. And it will look damn good. Well, I'm hoping it will look damn good. I haven't had a dissatisfied customer yet. So, God bless you guys. I just wanted to say a little bit. Do not underestimate the power of the artist. Do not underestimate the power of a free thinker. Free thinking is brilliant, and that is what makes us go forward in life. Okay, go forward in our narrative. All right. Nothing, as far as I'm concerned, nothing is impossible. All right. But some things are harder than others. Okay. But because I believe in my skill and I believe in my ability as an artist, I am able to build something from nothing. Okay. I am able to create from something that is nothing. Okay. Give me a pencil, give me some duct tape, give me some paint, give me a few brushes, give me some basic maths, I can basically recreate anything. And any artist would be able to do that too, because that's our gift. We represent life. We represent whether it's past, present or future. Now future is specific. I mean future is very dependent on the individual. But, I've got a pretty good idea about where the world is going. I've got a pretty good idea about how people perceive dimension and how people relate to one thing or another, and this is important to them. So my job is to recreate that connection for them in a small format or a large format and say, look, yeah, you're right, this is what this is, and have a look. And just remember that we're all playing a game. Okay? So, thank you for listening. I do hope this was informative. I do have moments of paranoid renderings. But then, God bless, that's what I have to deal with on a daily basis. So, let's round it up. Artists can do anything if they are given the time and the ability and the skill that they learn, not through others, sometimes through others, but not always through others. They just know this little square is this big square and I can reproduce it. So, bless your hearts. Thanks for listening. I do hope that this is informative. So I just call to all artists around the world, do not, even though we don't get paid for what we actually do, I mean, the thing is that, I mean, I've sold a couple of pieces recently, and the thing is that you will never get you'll never get that all back again, mate. Doesn't matter what hours you put in. What actually matters is the product as it comes out the end. And people do not want to pay a lot of money for artwork unless you're dead and you've got some sort of like far out history. So, artists, write your stuff, write down what you do, write down how you think, post what you think, post what you feel, post what you say, and let's see where we can go from here. I don't know. God bless you, love you, Um, thanks, thanks to my friends who have, despite my rantings, have remained with me. um, yeah, they tell me off every now and again, but um, what can I say? I do what I do. I think what I think. I am what I am. And that ain't all good, but it ain't all bad. So, God bless you guys. Thank you very much for listening. Yeah. Good night.